Hello and welcome to a Green Man video. I'm Matt, and in today's video I've got this for you. This is an unboxing of the new iPad. Yes, the new iPad. The iPad 32GB Wi-Fi in black. So it's called the new iPad. It wasn't called the iPad 3 or the iPad HD. They've just called it the new iPad. So they've dropped the numbering system that they've been using for a while. It started off with the iPhone, the iPhone 3G, iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, and then they did it with the iPad as well, the iPad 2, and then they just thought, no, we're not going to carry it on. Which I think this is going to be better, not having this numbering system. They don't have it for the Macs, they don't have it for the iPods, they only just call it in brackets, first generation, second generation, and so on and so on. So that's going to be better for this, and I just don't think keeping on making more names, because I mean, it gets confusing because the iPhone 4S is actually the iPhone 5, it's the 5th version. So the next iPhone isn't actually the iPhone 5, it's like iPhone 6 in a way. So yeah, this is the new iPad, 32GB, black, Wi-Fi. I'm unboxing it now. So let's get stuck in here. Right, okay, let's do this. Get into the iPad. So while I'm opening this up, I'll just talk about, so this is the 32GB black Wi-Fi. I decided not to get a 3G one. Didn't really think I needed it. Got an iPhone, so I don't really need to have a 3G enabled iPad as well. So there we go. So it's a very small box. I was surprised as usual when this arrived and I saw the size of the box. Very small as usual, although it is Apple, so I don't know why I thought that. So there you go, very simple packaging, and here it is, the new iPad. It's that way. It's looking good. Apple iPad, just check it is the right one. The iPad Wi-Fi 32GB in black. So I'm going to have a look in here and see what we've got. The iPad, the new iPad. So let's just pierce the plastic. Let's just see where you let's lift it up. Really looking forward to using this iPad. So let's get rid of that plastic. So here we go, the new iPad. Let's just drop down. So the 32GB Wi-Fi in black. This was £479. That's how much it is everywhere basically, because Apple have very strict rules on pricing and it's just the same everywhere you go. So I got this off Apple UK, Apple's UK store online, and it came really quickly actually. He said it was going to take about 2 weeks, but it was much quicker than that. Literally about 3-4 days and it arrived, so that's very good. And first impressions, it is very, very light and very kind of compared to the first generation, it's very different. And so I know if people are upgrading from the first gen iPad to this, then there's a lot improved, whereas if you're upgrading just to the second, there's not as much. So here we have the iPad, back of it there, front of it. It's just so, I don't know how you describe it, it just fits into your hand so well. And that's not trying to sell the product to you, that's just my opinion. It just really is good. So as usual, we'll leave that there and go to everything else and have a look at this. So the usual little packet that you get inside, fingertips, I think it is, iPad, I know it's just iPad, some information and the usual Apple stickers. Yay! Information they put in there, but you don't really need it if you know a lot about Apple like me, or if you just know general stuff about gadgets. I mean, they aren't trying to give you loads of information because they've made a product which is simple. So your cable, your dock connector, 30-pin dock connector to your USB, charging, that'd be useful having another one of those actually. And another charger as well. So I won't have to use my iPhone one as well, so that just the plastic comes off somehow. And then that just goes up like that. So that'll be good as well, charger. And that's it, the box as well. And that's it. So here we have the iPad, the new iPad. It looks good, it really does look good. Camera as well, 5 megapixel camera on here on the back. You can do video in 1080p. You've got a front facing camera for Skype and FaceTime. You've got that Retina display. That is really what I'm looking forward to seeing. I have used it, I've been on one in the Apple Store a few weeks ago. But having one here at home and then comparing it to my iPhone 3G, which yeah, is pretty old, it'll be really interesting to see the quality, because this is 4 times better than a 1080p HD TV. The screen, the pixels, I think it's about 10 inches away from your eyes, and you can't recognise the pixels on here. It just looks like something which is printed on paper, like a book. It's so clear. It's really clear, and you, like everybody else I've seen talk about this on YouTube and on TV or whatever, they always say you can't, you know, show it to people on camera because it's not good enough, because they're watching it through a monitor which is not even HD or is just HD. So you can only see how good this screen is in real life, because it's so much better than any HD camera you've got out there. Yeah, so the iPad. I've also got a smart cover for this and a case which included a screen protector. So I'm going to leave this on just for like a little while until I go and get the screen protector and put that on. That'll be in a separate video and I'll show you the smart cover. So yeah, it looks really nice, and I'm going to turn this on straight in a few minutes and get it set up, get it linked to my Apple ID, get it connected to my Wi-Fi, and later on I'll put loads of music on it because it's 32 gigs. I wasn't going to get 16 because I knew that wasn't going to be enough, because my iPhone is 16 gig and there's not enough space on there. And I also read in a Mac magazine and on Twitter about how the new apps for the new iPad with the Retina display means that the apps have to be a lot bigger, and and you're meaning kind of 500 megabytes, which is half a gigabyte for a single app. And so, you know, you could download 4, maybe 5 apps, and you've already taken up 1.5, maybe 2 gigabytes of space. So with the apps, the Retina display apps, other apps as well, music, photos, HD video, 1080p video that you can record on this, and all the other stuff you can put on the iPad. I wasn't going to have enough space for 16, so 32. If you've got a lot of content, media content, then 32 is like the minimum, or you know, 64 gig. If you're willing to spend the extra money on it, then that is definitely worthwhile doing. So yeah, I've not had an iPad before. This is my first iPad, so this is going to be really cool and interesting to use. And yeah, it's such an amazing device. And there you go, that's the unboxing of the iPad, the new iPad. So thank you for watching this video. See ya.